I'm Sharon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm not sure if the earth isn't just spinning faster or, I know that there are 24 hours in a day, but as that measure of an hour just got shorter, I just feel that time is just slipping by. It's running through my fingers like water, the time each day is. To the point where I was saying to my friend the other day, I feel like that I'm having to throw overboard, as if in a sinking ship, anything that isn't absolutely necessary or absolutely what I want to do. And so I'm throwing unnecessary cargo overboard, and I find myself measuring any activity and thinking, should I be doing this? Is this worth my time? If not, overboard, out it goes. And so I'm having to think of putting a life jacket on everything that I think is important. And whatever I want to do, I've got to actively pursue to do it. It won't just kind of fall into the scheme of things, because if I'm not careful, it just gets tossed overboard. And so it's an active choice what to do. And if I don't actively pursue it, it slips away. It just gets washed overboard. And I know that that's happened unwittingly this last 18 months. I've really let slip my health and my fitness. And it's not because I've wanted to think, oh, I'm not bothered. It's just that I've not actively thought I must stay on top of this. And so passively, that's got thrown overboard. And so I'm having to just throw out a life jacket and reel that back onto deck, really. And so I particularly I purposefully want to do my music practice. I want to play my instruments. But if I don't actively pursue that, it's not going to happen. And as I've said in a previous vlog, many months ago, I think, it's so easy to want to try and do everything. I know, and I'm saying this to myself so much. This is one of my big faults. I think, oh, you can't do everything. There isn't time to do everything. But I keep trying to do it anyway. And it's just not possible. And so I'm having to measure activities. Is this worth my time? Overboard it goes. And I don't want to make it sound like, we've got to be machines. That's not true at all. And so I actively choose, yes, spending time with these people is important. And so the other day we spent about 8 hours in a car to drive and have a cup of tea with some friends down south. I don't class that as time wasted. I value the friendship. I value the time actually just on the drive in the car with my husband. That was quality time, and I actively pursue to do that. So I don't suggest that we should be machines, but if we're not careful, we just end up dissipating our time. I've found this so much this last few weeks, and I'm so conscious of it, that you've got to be very particular in your choice. Make it an active choice, not just what sort of falls under your fingers at the time. If not, that regular time for music practice will just get squeezed out. Of course we've got to spend time with family. Of course, we want to spend time. Of course we have the regular chores and things to do. But outside of that, I really feel that I'm having to throw out a life jacket to sort of keep reeling my music time in. I know that one of the ways people go about managing your time is making lists. There are all sorts of time management hints and tips, and I think you've just got to look at what suits you and take bits. I'm not really a great fan of this absolute micromanaging your time, because you'll have planned to do 15 minutes this and 20 minutes this, and then the phone goes or something, the door needs attending to, the postman's here. I don't think it works for me to be quite so micromanaging with my time. But I know I am a great advocate of creating lists. However, again, you'll have to find what suits you really, because I know there are those who like to write extensive lists, and so just you get that sort of thrill of checking off tasks done quite quickly. So one of your items on your writing your list is write out a to-do list. And then when you've written your list, you check that off. Or, well, I need to create a meal for lunch, or I need to put the laundry on the line and things like that. That doesn't work for me, because I just feel like that's rewarding. You get that sense of achievement for just things that just absolutely need to be done, and still those big things that really, really need a life jacket don't get done. And so I find a short list with only the absolute basics. So music practice, go for a walk, sort out your accounts, so whatever it is it needs to be done, a very, very short list, because all of those other little things just get done anyway, don't they? And I just think, I don't know, I could get quite metaphysical about it. Is the earth spinning faster? My sister says that actually the earth's frequency is increasing, and I don't want to get metaphysical about it, but I just think I hear so many people saying time's getting so quick, it's just going fast. Is it because we're kind of grown ups and we've got more responsibilities, more things to do? And I feel this sense of almost panic, that's too strong a word, of I've got to save the things that are important to me. And so I'm having to really just ring in and throw a float out to my music practice, my piano, because otherwise it's just going to get squeezed out. And things like, I want to do the theory videos and I am recording them, and there's been an absolute backlog of tasks to do first. The amount of hours into the night that we've spent at the computer setting up new systems and so on, it's like the iceberg. When they actually go live, you're only ever seeing the tip of the iceberg, and that's many, many, many hours. But I want to do that, and I'm choosing to do that. So that means, well, I perhaps I won't watch TV that night, or whatever. I don't watch TV many nights anyway, but you can't do both, can you? So I can't sit and knit or whatever. I remember as a teenager, I used to make all of my own clothes, and I'd make my entire wardrobe, and I really, really miss doing that, but I don't have the time, and I can't do music theory videos, create learning opportunities, share the love of my subject, and do make my own clothes. So I have to make a choice. So you know what, the dressmaking doesn't get a life jacket at the moment. Maybe one day it'll just rein it back in, bring it on board for a day, but you can't do everything, can you? And so because I love my subject, and because I love music theory and I love to teach, I actively pursue to do that also. If you also enjoy music and music theory and studying and playing, if I can throw you a float out and just help keep that afloat, if I can throw a life jacket out to you and share the joy of the subject, all the better. And then I feel like my time's not wasted at all. But I just wanted to share with you this thought of, you've got to be so careful, and you've got to actively pursue what it is that you want to do. Everything else is going to have to just go overboard, so toss it overboard. We're not machines, but we do have to be careful with the choices, because time just flies away. Thanks for watching. Bye.